Hi, welcome back, guys. This is your friends likes and subscribe my channel Doors of the Jewelry Store with his compatriot Everybody Run It S, a villain attack call, the hero's mastermind raised. Man tipped his top hat. Are you all right? You're not hurt or anything? And Ko frantically looked over her son who waved her off. I'm all right, Mom. I ran away, but he looked down. I don't like to be able to stand up by myself, so talked with my coworkers about it, and the place I'm working offers a self-defense course for employee. It's just part of the job, and Ko checked him over once again. Oh, honey, that's great. Just don't worry your poor Mott with a story like that again. Okay. She patted him on the arm, tears building in her eyes. She patted him on the arm, tears building in her eyes. I'm being serious. Are you sure you're all right? Izuku nodded. I'm fine, Mom. I've got some really good friends out of it. Even though I haven't known them for very long. We had cake. And Ko nodded. That's so nice you'll have to introduce me to these.
Couple of large briefcases, sorry for the inconvenience, but we have to get something for our mother's birthdays. You don't mind, do you? That said, he handed a briefcase to each villain and they went to work. The store attendant looked at 554 of them somewhat calmly as they proceeded to open storefront boxes, quickly and methodically emptying Theodore front. Her hand went down to discreetly press the panic button in silent alarm. "Why, you won't get away with this," she stammered, trying to back further away. The tall man in the top hat shrugged as he shoved another armload of jewelry into the sack he carried. "I'm afraid that we already are, my dear. I must ask that you stay out of our way for the time being." The store attendant trembled but stayed resolute. The silent alarm had been pressed so the heroes would be here any minute. "All right, so we are aiming to hit the Ami Diamond Jewelry Store mastermind pack with the others. My investigations along with gentle criminals have confirmed that Tihu
can count on me." Mastermind. Mastermind nodded. "I've added some tech, particularly with your gloves and a mask, to make the fullest use of the new computer I built outside in an alleyway." La Brava nodded as she looked over her laptop. Her villain gear had been seriously upgraded, the gloves now sporting glowing pink lines leading to the fingers. The mask she wore was heart-shaped and made of clear purple plastic displays in the corners, showing a minim map of them. All the biggest piece of support equipment she had was a large metallic backpack painted to similarly match the theme. "Systems are down." Mastermind muttered a quiet thanks to Librava, before striding forwards, gentle criminal turning to the store attendant. Terribly sorry, but it's a sad but true representation of how a misunderstanding can change someone's life for the worse, and how good intentions can lead to bad outcomes. For those who don't know, forgot, gentle criminal wanted to become a hero. However, he'd failed.
Out of his apartment window. Gentle used his elasticity quirk to make the air beneath the man elastic so that the man would bounce back up and be saved. However, a pro-hero came, intending to save the man, but everything, and I mean everything, went wrong. Both the man and the pro ended up seriously injured as they were crushed beneath an air conditioner that fell, I'm pretty sure. Gentle's elastic air had obstructed the rescue. Gentle was blamed with getting in the way of a pro-hero and also with the injuries of the pro and the man. All his life he'd struggled with pressure from his parents of doing just as well as his peers. They basically gave up on him. Everyone gave up on him. A few years later, he was walking down a street and he came across an old classmate who had successfully become a pro-hero. "Do you remember me?" Gentle asked his classmate excitedly. Sure," his classmate replied with a nervous laugh. It was obvious, really. His classmate had forgotten him. And all
he wanted was to be remembered. It just so happened that heroism wasn't an option anymore, and so he had to turn to villainy if he wanted to pursue that goal. All he wanted was to be remembered. It just so happened that heroism wasn't an option anymore, and so he had to turn to villainy if he wanted to pursue that goal. Izuku shook his head frantically. No, nothing like that. I just, thought I should do something else. Since I'm going into UA's support course, I thought that maybe I should learn how to handle myself in a fight. Then I'll know what the heroes are looking for. Izuku. Inko laid her chopsticks aside and patted him on the back of the hand. You know you can talk to me. What happened? Izuku stopped talking. Well, Mom, I am the supervillain mastermind. I've been going out after school in a suit of armor with gadgets that I made myself. I've fought pro heroes and am working with other villains, and recently I got beaten up by the underground hero eraser here.
Instead, he said, "Well, I've been doing all of those part-time jobs, right? And I started a new one just a few days ago?" Inko nodded. "And I'm so proud of you for finding work like that, even if it's only for a short time." She shot him a warm smile. "You've got your studies to keep up, after all." Izuku nodded. "Right, yes. So, earlier today I, got into a fight. Some jerk chased me down and— Oh, Izuku, you should have told me. Are you all right? You're not hurt or anything?" Inko frantically looked over her son. Izuku waved her off. "I'm all right, Mom. I ran away, but—" He looked down. I'd like to be able to stand up by myself, so I'd like to be able to stand up by myself, so I talked with my coworkers about it, and the place I'm working offers a self-defense course for employees. It's just part of the job." Inko checked him over once again. "Oh, honey, that's great. Just don't worry your poor mother with a story like that again, okay?" She patted him on the arm, tears building in her eyes.